at the behest of the 36th Chief of Staff of the Army, General George Casey, we put together, what was then the Army Family and MWR, put together the Army Family Covenant. And when General Casey became our 36th Chief in April of 2007, he came out. He came out of Iraq, where he was the multinational coalition commander, with the belief that our army was out of balance. He sent teams out to do an assessment of the army, and then he and his wife Sheila followed up and made some visits and confirmed it. But we were asked what soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines, in this case soldiers, what they were doing was enormous. But we were asking more than maybe we should have. Now, we'll never be in a position to say no to a mission. But at the same time, we've got to counterbalance the stresses of mission. And what we've come to, the phrase we've come to use is provide a quality of life that's commensurate with the magnificent service of our soldiers. And by soldiers, I also include sailors, airmen, and Marines. So in a period of about 90 days, we put together a range of programs. Some were already, being worked on, but they basically took the Army's budget for MWR, Family and MWR, from what was $749 million in 2007 and made it $1.4 billion with General Casey's support and commitment in 2008. So we worked those programs for the last 4 years. Our guidance from General Dempsey, the 37th Chief, who served 6 months before being picked to be the chairman, and now from General Odierno, is to review those programs, determine where are the gaps and where are the redundancies, and from the standpoint of our soldiers and families, what are the high-value programs, and as budgets come down, and they will come down now, it's just that the nation can't afford an army the size of the one that we have today with the operating costs that we have, to hold on to those programs that are most beneficial and most important, to do just what we said at the outset of the Army Family Covenant, is to provide a quality of life that's commensurate with the service of our soldiers and families. So to recommit to our soldiers and families in the Army Family Covenant, because resilience is key. And what we've done over the years, when I first became a soldier and got into the club business, MWR was all about clubs. Well, today it's much more so about families. In those days, of course, we were a draft army. We stopped drafting we drafted our last soldier in 1972. At that point, 70% of our soldiers around the world lived on post. Now 70% live off post. So we have to be today much more than in years past a market-driven program where we identify the most significant needs of our soldiers and then determine where best to deliver them, on post or off post, and what's the most intelligent way to ensure that soldiers have a quality of life that's, again, commensurate with their service.